And welcome back to Golf Center. We're really pleased in this segment to have Anita Uwadia, a student at the Junior Players Golf Academy, join us. Anita has had a special summer. She became the first Nigerian to qualify for the USGA's, one of their championship events, when she played in the US Girls Junior a little bit earlier this summer. Anita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about that experience. What was that like?
I played the USGA. When I started playing it, I didn't think it was a big, it's a USGA, it's a big tournament. But then I read an article saying I was the first Nigerian, which was pretty surprising because Tokunbo Pedro, he's also a good Nigerian player. But it's a big deal for me considering the fact I want to improve Nigerian's golf program. And so, that's a pretty big deal, and I think it's the first step since I want to win more majors and be #1. So that's going to be a huge accomplishment for
Do you see growth in the game in Nigeria? You know, you go back there in the summertime and play in events. This year you played in the African Games, and you were actually the medalist for the ladies and qualified for the Junior Olympics out in China. Do you see growth as you've gotten into it, more and more participants in these tournaments over there?
Yeah, I do. If you think about the fact that 10 years ago, I don't think Nigeria would be sending golfers out to play tournaments. So I do think that it has really grown, but at the same time, it's growing slowly. And I think in the next 10 years, you're going to see a lot of players actually, play more tournaments. The problem in Nigeria, we don't really have golf courses to play tournaments or kids to play tournaments.
I was going to ask, how many golf courses are there? Are there 5 or 10, or are there a couple of hundred? Or
out of this point, I think there's 46 right now.
Okay.
But
It's a big country.
Yeah, there's some bad courses at the same time, and there's some, of course, 5 good courses.
Okay.
But there are 46 golf courses. It's okay. We'll take that.
When you went out and played in the US Junior out in Arizona, what was maybe 1 or 2 of the things you took away that you know that you probably need to do a little bit to continue to improve your game?
The first thing I realized was I'm just as good as them, because that was my first USGA, and I played a smaller tournament. So I thought, oh, these people, they're like Tiger Woods or something. But when I actually went out to watch the final group, I just realized I'm as good as them. So why? Because I have kind of fear sometimes. So I'm like, why am I scared of hitting the ball? It's just a tournament. It's not the end of the world. And so that's what I learned the most. And I just learned to calm down, I guess.
So it was almost more of a mental side of things that you really walked out of there learning a little bit more about.
Yes, sir.
Now, in 6 years, you're going to be how old?
6 years, I'm going to be 22.
Good, you did the math.
22?
I'm thinking Olympics. Are you thinking Olympics, maybe?
I'm thinking Olympics, sir. Yes, sir. I'm thinking Olympics and major tournaments.
Yes, it's definitely been some of our talk. Her and Tokes Pedro, who was with us also. All right, Anita. Last Friday, you went and paid a visit to the University of South Carolina, and you want to make an announcement here to everybody?
Yes, I'm verbally committed to University of South Carolina.
That's terrific.
My great announcement.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
What did what really caught your eye about USC and their program?
The coaches, I think they know what it takes to be an LPGA, and they're willing to give it their best to help you become the best player you can be. And their program, the facilities, it's amazing. The campus, it's secure campus. I just fell in love with the program and the campus.
Well,
basically.
they have Kaylin Harris, who's their coach. She played for Duke in the early part of the 2000s. They actually won a national championship with her on the team. And Puggy Blackman, the director of golf at USC, who went to Georgia Tech, coach David Duval, Stewart Sink. I think they even had a guy named Charlie Reimer, too, if I'm not mistaken. Big Charlie. So yeah, there's a wealth of knowledge there, and I don't think it's going to do anything but benefit Anita.
Oh, that's
for sure.
great. All right,
Sir.
thank you so much for joining us, Anita. You got to get back to class, though, don't you? Get going here.
Thanks, Anita.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being with us here on Golf Center. For my co-host Bob Stevens, I'm PGA professional Chris Tremblay. We'll see you next time.